section by someone to make an account tour. So today I'll be making one for you guys. First of all, I am a completionist. I love completing all sorts of things like achievements, map, and all of that. I also like collecting a lot of characters, a lot of 5 stars. Yeah, so I've been playing since the release of the game, but I did take several breaks. I joined on the first week when it released, but then I took a little break. I own plenty of 5 stars. I have every single standard 5 star. I have Ganyu, Hoto, Kazuha, Ayaka, Raiden Shogun, Kokomi, Yoimiya, Yaimiko, Ayato, Yalan, Dignity, Nilu, Naida, Daya, Newlet, Farina, Navia, Xianyun, Chiori, Arlecchino, Sejuin, Emily, Moalani, Ziloden, Juska, Setlali, Mavuika, Mizuki, Varasa, Escoffier, Skirk, Inefa, Lama, Flins, Nefer, Durin, and Columbina. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna go over my achievements first. I'm kind of like, I love doing the achievements in this game, so I have like almost all of them. I've done 666 achievements right now. I'm missing the Magnum Opus one, which is like the Arcana one with the cards. I can't complete this one yet because I still need to collect. Still need to do a couple more Imagine Theaters before I can collect more. Next is the Moonlit White Knight Serenade one, which is the Selenic Chronicles one. I have to do this one weekly, so I can't do this one yet either. As you can see, I've done every single one except for the fishing one because I don't have the energy to fish 2,000 times. It's like 1,000 more times. It's too much, so I don't think I'll be getting this one. And also, the card game one. I have done this one quite a bit, but I just didn't feel like I could do the other ones yet because it takes quite a bit of time every round you play, and the last ones are kind of hard. For example, on which level 10 I have to fight like harder enemies, and I don't have like the time to invest into it, like find good decks and make a good deck, for example. Also, the non-grind one, I can't get this one because you need to level up the statue fully, and we currently can't do that yet. So yeah, I'll go over my characters one by one with their build. I'll only go over the 5 stars because the 4 stars are not too interesting in my opinion. So let's go over Huta. On my account, I have some 5-star weapons that I swap around on characters, so that their builds would be optimal, and like the quality of life also gets better to play. So my Huta looks like this. She has 31 HP, over 121 EM, 62 crit rate over 219 crit damage. Her crit rate might be on the lower end, but she still ends up critting most of the time, and she hits really hard. She has the 4-piece Crimson Witch of Flames, C1, and Triple Ground. Next up is Yoimiya. My Yoimiya is currently unbuilt because the other characters use her artifacts, but she does have the rust on her. No artifacts right now, C0 and no ground. The reason why Yoimiya is kind of benched is because I have better priority PSS. I do like her character and her design, it's just I can't help myself to build her right now because resin is like, we don't have that much resin anyway, so it's kind of hard to decide which character you want to build. Next up is Arlecchino. My Arlecchino also runs the Staff of Homa. Like I said, I swap the weapons around often because it's just way better if I use a 5-star weapon compared to like a 4-star or a 3-star. Staff of Homa also has a different circlet. No, it was timepiece, my bad. Timepiece. This, oh, wait, and then the circlet was different as well, like this one. Yeah. She is on a 4-piece harmonic whimsy, and these are her stats. 74 crit rate over 232 crit damage. She has, of course, on staff Homa, C0, and single crown. She deals a lot of damage. She's really strong. But currently I don't play her much because I have Mawika. I do use her in like overload teams because Mawika, of course, needs like Sid Lolly to do crazy damage. So yeah. Let me go next up. Give me 1 second. Yeah, over here. I like to swap artifacts back to their original characters, so I don't like forget when I'm done with the video. But those would be the optimal builds. Next up is Mawika. My Mawika is really good. She has 2.2k attack. She actually has the serpent spine on her. So she has crit rate over 220 crit damage, which makes it out in the crit rate. Codex on her, C0, single ground. She deals like a truck. She's so strong. And she's really fun to play. Yeah, that's my Mawika. Next up is Durin. My Durin is 2.2k attack with 60 crit rate over 171 crit damage. He gets 20 crit rate from the set, so it's 80 crit rate, which is quite nice. And also like an attack percent buff. And he's on a Mooniverse Dawn, which is a free-to-play gacha weapon. You can also get one by completing a non-crime world quest. So yeah, it's very accessible. C0 and no crowns. I might crown his burst in the future, we'll see. Next up is Mona. My Mona currently is not built, but if I were to build her again, she would be on the Phoenix Codex, of course. And then 4-piece emblem, but as you can see, her stuff got stolen. She is C5, and she has no crowns. Next up is Yelan. My Yelan has 25k HP, 76 crit rate over 201 crit damage with 200 energy recharge. I value ER a lot on characters that need a lot of ER, so you'll see most of the time that I will go for higher ER ends just to make up for the damage. She's on the Aqua Simulacra, which is her signature, and a 4-piece emblem, C0, and 1 crown. Next up is Ayato. Ayato is 2k attack. My Ayato is free to play, so it's not that good. It's 60 crit rate over 152 crit damage, but he does have the calamity issue, which gives him 16 crit rate every time he gets shielded. And I play Ayato with Inava, so he always has a shield. So it's like 76 crit rate over 152, which is fine. The crit damage is quite low, but he's more like a driver in those teams anyway. He's on a 4-piece gladiators, which gives like a lot of attack and damage bonus on normal attacks, which is basically what he deals damage with. C0 and single ground. Next up is my Nilu. My Nilu has 62k HP. She is on the Dog Hands Assistant, which is an HP% weapon. She has no crit rate or crit damage because it doesn't really matter for her. You just want to go as much HP as you can for the bountiful course. She's on a 2-piece tenacity and a 2-piece Buttercushion's glow. C0 and double crown. Next up is Nuvelet. Nuvelet has 38k HP. 62 crit rate over 234 crit damage. He's on the signature weapon of Mulan. It's called Surf's Up. I use this weapon on him because it's a really good stat stick and also increases HP on the passive as well. I do swap it around with Mulan, but I play Mulan way less in like in-game modes because she is really strong. It's just harder to play because you need to align Pyro properly to vaporize Mulan's hit. So Nuvelet kind of has a brand on that this weapon is quite nice on her because it does deal good damage when you land the bubble on an enemy, like 80% of her max HP, which is quite nice physical damage. For a base Song of Days Past, this set is like overall a decent set because it buffs your on-field character with like a damage buff percent, which is quite nice. She's C0 and double ground. I wanted to get her signature, but I lost on the weapon banner, so I sadly have to use a 4-star for her for now. But yeah, she's part of almost all my teams, honestly, because she's so comfy to use and super cute. I love her. Next up is Molani. My Molani is decently built. I swapped Novalet's weapon with Molani, so Molani is her signature bag. And also I swap around the artifacts for her, so it's easier for me. So basically I take Novalet's here and then I use this timepiece with yeah, I just swap the artifacts around. Honestly, the timepiece can stay, but I do swap the circlet. So our stats would look like this: 65 or 254 with 200 EM. People tend to forget that Molani leads a good amount of EM because that is kind of the reason why she hits so hard. She is double ground. She's really strong, really fun to play as well. Next up is a Nahida. My Nahida is built for llama teams right now, which is actually where I need to go from full EM. But I do use a tender damage gauntlet. She is 24 crit rate of 133 crit damage with 790 EM. I know that this gives like a good amount of crit rate, but I don't know the amount, so I think it's like around 50 maybe crit rate because of her passives, right? She's on the sacrificial fragment, which is like the maximum EM weapon you can get on a 4-star. And a 4-piece tape wood, C0 and single ground. Next up is Emily. My Emily has 1k 900 attack, but she maxes out her passive when she's with double pyro, which I usually do play Emily with. And she has 70 crit rate over 212 crit damage. She is on the deathmatch. And 4-piece reverie. She is C0 and single ground. She's really strong with Bennett and Xiangling, or like Bennett or Kino. Like double pyro comes with a shredder is amazing with Emily, really fun. You could even play her with Turin right now, which is really good for her. Next up is Llama. She has 984 EM, 36 crit rate over 105 crit damage with 171 energy recharge. She does get 10% crit rate, which makes a 46% crit rate, which is not that high, but it's at least useful. I'm sorry. She's on the free-to-play event weapon. That is really good for her. And the 4-piece Silken Moon, C0 and single ground. Next up is the Never. My Never is decently built. She's 78 crit rate over 218 crit damage because she's on the Night of the Skies Unveiling set, which gives 30% crit rate. She's on the Dawning Frost, which is a gacha weapon, free-to-play gacha weapon. It's one of the weapons where they do give a crit stat on the side. Usually Genshin doesn't really do that, but this is one of the newer weapons, so they did that with this one, which I'm really happy about. She's C0 and single ground. She is really strong, really fun to play. Next up is Raiden Shogun. Raiden Shogun is sadly not that well built, if I'm gonna be honest, because I used to play her a lot, but her DPS form just doesn't deal that much damage. So I had to end up giving this weapon back to Xiangling. I use her on the Dragon's Bane, and that one I also swap around with Hotels. So yeah, she's kind of pinched right now, sadly. And Cookie also is like better than her in like Hyperbloom teams, but when I play with Novalet or something, I can't play Raiden, but sadly she's just benched. She is decently built, honestly, and she's C2. Never C0. I don't know if I showed you, but yeah, C2, and she is triple crowned. She's one of my favorite characters, so she deserves that treatment. I love her. Next up is Farista, one of my mains. Actually, I really like Farista. She is 84 crit rate over 181 crit damage. But her weapon gives like around 40 crit damage when she does like that plunge attack, which is like 220 crit damage, which is really good. I care a lot about crit rate for Versa, so I don't mess up a plunge because it can like win or lose you the fight depending on how many crits you do on the plunges. She's on a 4-piece Long Night Oath as well, which is her signature set. Constellation 0, and she's triple crowned because she's one of my favorite characters, playstyle and design wise. Like, she reminds me of Mitsuri from Demon Slayer. Next up is Flins. My Flins is pretty strong. He is 77 crit rate over 277 crit damage. He's on the Staff of Homa, and he has the 4-piece Night of Skies Unveiling, which gives 30 crit rate, of course. He's D0 and single ground. He hits really hard, like every mini burst is like 300k, which is really crazy to me. Next up is Ayaka. I used to play Ayaka, but yeah, I don't really play her much anymore since Skirt kind of take over the freeze meta. And freeze meta, of course, kind of died out, but yeah, Skirt kind of replaced her. She was on the finale of the Deep, and yeah, I don't really have any big artifacts for her because I did swap them out. C0 and triple crown. I know it's kind of sad to see how I kind of had to pinch her. I wish I could have like more artifacts to share because then I could maybe use her in the overworld, but most of my artifacts are occupied by characters that I do end up using, like for example in the Imagine Theater. But yeah, next up is Ganyu, which is a character I do play. My Ganyu has a 50 crit rate over 154 crit damage. I know it looks low, but I do tend to swap her free-to-play weapon with Aqua Simulacrum, which helps her out by quite a lot. And she gets like crit rate from her passive, and also, was it C1? Yeah, no, it was C2. I got the C1 recently, or what was it? I can't really tell, but yeah, she does get like 20% crit rate from this, and also from like cryo resonance a little bit. So this crit rate is always critting. And I have her on the yellow signature weapon if I were to play her, and I think it suits her skin really well. By the way, I find it so pretty. Yeah, these are her stats. She hits really well. It's just a bit clunky to play when you get pushed around, which is annoying, but you can manage it, I guess. Next up is my Zed Lolly. My Zed Lolly is built for elemental mastery and energy recharge. She is on the Wandering Even Star, but I sometimes swap her out to this weapon, the Sacrificial, for more EM. But this weapon is overall good in attack-based teams because then she gives attack to the team members based on her EM, which is quite nice. She's on a full EM set except for the timepiece being energy recharge. C0 double ground. She does hit quite nice even though she has 27 crit rate. I don't really know why she still crits. I don't get it, but she does. Next up is Escoffier. My Escoffier has 74 crit rate over 212 crit damage. 2.2k attack. She's on the Staff of Homa. And the 4-piece Golden Troop. C0, and she's double ground. She does the job this VV set needs a lot of characters. Like a lot of characters need the VV set. She is on Fliff, Centre Viriaman, which is decent on her. She's Constellation 1 and no crowns. Next up is Venti. My Venti is built for burst and not for damage. And the goblet, I usually use Llama's goblet on Venti, but for now, yeah, I don't really play him for now. If I were to play him again in the Abyss, for example, in the lower floors, I do take Llama's goblet for that. He's on a stringless R5, which is really strong for him, C0 and no crowns. I am planning on crowning his burst though and leveling 8 this weapon, level this talent to 8, I'm sorry. Because every 5-star that I own, I kinda wanna invest a crown into them, like the FN 5 stars. Limited, I mean. Next up is Kazuha. My Kazuha currently got his artifact swapped out with, he usually has a Folium set, which is on my Sucrose. I am rerolling the VV set, so I'm kind of like, I don't have that many VV artifacts, which is annoying. But the second set, like the healing set next to VV, is not that good to farm and not efficient, so I reroll it. And yeah, I'm currently still farming for all of them. But if I were to play Kazuha, I would put him on a full elemental mastery set, of course, and it will work out perfectly. Next up is Xianyun. My Xianyun is done with the build though. She has 26 crit rate over 84, which doesn't really matter to me because she does get crit rate every skill she presses. And she doesn't really deal that much damage, she's more for the healing and the buffing. 3k attack with the old sword eye, which is a really nice weapon for her. She's on 4-piece VV C0 and she is single crowned on the burst. Next up is my Jaska. My Jaska is on the flower, rather than feathers. She actually has a different timepiece. She has a timepiece of Mawika's because that one gives attack percent, which is basically, she gets like 89 crit rate over 183 crit damage. She hits quite nicely, honestly. She's C0 and double ground. She's really fun to play and really comfy. If she were to get a rerun, I would love to build for the weapon on her banner. Next up is Mizuki. My Mizuki currently is not built. Like I said, a lot of animal characters, support animal characters, like to go full EM. For example, Kazuha, Sucrose, and Mizuki, and I sadly don't have that many EM pieces, so I swap them around a lot. She's C0 and no crowns, but I really like to play her. And the weapon, I run her with sacrificial fragments. If I were to run her. Next up is my Navia. My Navia uses Serpent Spine. So her stats are 66 crit rate over 200 crit damage. She does crit quite a lot, even though her crit rate is on the lower side. She has 2k attack on the Serpent Spine and the 4-piece Nighttime, which is her signature set, C0 and double ground. I still play Navia when Dew is needed. I really like her design. I think she's one of the prettiest designs in the game as well. Really fun to play as well. And I pair her with Zidon and Chiori. So Chiori, I have Chiori on the Urakami Sekiri when I end up playing her. And her stats would be 1.3k attack and 2k defense. Since Chiori is dual scaling, 80 crit rate over 200 damage. She is on her signature and 4P is Golden Trope. Is Constellation 1. I got really lucky when I built for Constellation. And I don't know if I showed you guys Navi and Mizuki, but I'll go over it again because I don't know. I don't remember if I did. C1 and she is single ground. I got lucky with her weapon and her Constellation. I just built I did like 2 temples and I killed them very early. I was I was so excited. I was so happy when I got it. I'm grateful, of course. But yeah, I play her with Columbina right now because of the new crystallized reaction, the lunar crystallize, which is really fun. Next up is Zilonan. My Zilonan is has 3.4k attack and 170 energy recharge. I'm sorry. She's on the Big Patrol song, which is her signature. Her defense, on stat is maxed out for the buff. She's on the 4-piece scroll, C0, and single crown on the skill. And then next up we have Inefa. My Inefa is kind of done actually. I just need to find a better circlet. She has 91 crit rate over 168 crit damage. She's a bit too much crit rate, I think. But it's okay. She's on the Fractured Halo. I got this weapon when I lost to Columbina's weapon, but I actually really like this weapon. I didn't mind it at all because it's really strong. And she's on the 4-piece Morning Star, which is the most recent set, which is really good for her. She's C0 and she is double. Oh, no crown, I'm sorry. With Inefa, you don't necessarily have to crown Inefa because her raw numbers aren't really the one that deal the damage. It's mostly the lunar reaction that she buffs. Next up is my Columbina. My Columbina has 41k HP, 82 crit rate over 208 crit damage with 146 energy recharge. You might think that the ER is low, but I've always had her burst up. She's on her signature, Nocturne's Curtain Call. And the 4-piece Serenade. She's C1. I do plan on getting C2 soon. I hope I can get it by the end of the banner. And she's single crowned, and I'm working on getting her triple crown, of course. Last but not least, Kokomi. My Kokomi is built for healing and, of course, damage when she gets the burst. She has 38k HP and 149% energy recharge. She's on the prototype Ember R5, which is good for her DPS build, and she's on a 4-piece Ocean Hood, Constellation 1, and she is single crowned. And those were all my 5 stars, as you can see. Yeah. Now let's talk about the weapons I own. I own not that many weapons. I do buy battle passes, but right now I don't buy them anymore. I just buy Welkin. That's the only thing I buy currently. And yeah, I'm not free to play, but I'm also not like a heavy spender. I just buy Genesis crystals when I really want a character, and I would never really buy the biggest packs because I'm still a student, and yeah, it's a bit expensive for me. But yeah, I have these signature weapons, which is Yalan, the Columbina one, the Verasa, Surf's Up. This is from the standard banner, of course. Inefas, two step homas. I tried to get Naida's weapon, which was rerunning with Hoental, and I got 2 weapons, which I actually don't mind. I am very happy with it because it's a really good stat stick. And I have Skyward Pride, Big Patrol Song, Uraku Misugiri, Freedom's Horn, and last but not least, Skyward Blade. I do have also some event weapons. And yeah. Anything else I can show you guys? Give me a second. Quest. I'm done with all the quests, honestly. I don't have any quests anymore. Give me a second. Story quests. As you can see, I finished every single one as a completionist, but yeah, they don't really put out that many story quests anymore. The last one was Durin, which I've also finished. But I had a lot of fun doing them. I hope they do like second parts of some of them. I would be very interested in that. I've also done all the hangout events. I didn't really like doing them, but I still did them. Then I've also completed all the Natlan tribal quests. Okay, so I've done all the quests. Let's go to the map. places to visit. The visuals, the water, the green, the teal green floor, like the grass was super pretty. Inazuma was kind of hard to explore because there was a lot of like quest lock things going on with the thunderstorms and everything. But I really like Watatsumi Island. I think this is visually one of the prettiest places in the game. I like Inazuma, like design wise, because the Japanese theme is pretty nice. It's super pretty. But yeah, it was kind of hard to traverse here because of the quests and, you know, the islands being full of thunder and everything. Sumeru is also 100%. A lot of people don't like exploring Sumeru, but I didn't really mind it. I actually really liked exploring the desert area. The only thing that was annoying in the desert area was like the underground stuff because it would be kind of hard. You could get like easily lost because kind of like a maze down there. For example, like this place, I remember it was kind of annoying. Like I didn't really understand what was going on, so I would watch like guides and everything. The forest area was actually okay. I liked exploring it, but some places, like some caves, were annoying because you couldn't get in there because it was quest locked. So you couldn't really get like the dendroculus, for example. I remember I was really annoyed by that. Yeah. Overall, Sumeru was okay. It was not too bad. Fontaine was definitely one of my favorite regions to explore because of the underwater. It was very calming. The music, the visuals. I also liked just like the upper part of the map as well, not only underwater but also above water. It was really nice and cozy. Natlan, I love Natlan as well. I think Natlan was like very different exploration wise because of all the saurians that you could use. I didn't really use too many saurians if I gotta be honest, because I did build for most of the characters in this nation, which helped me traverse the map even more easier. I like Natlan a lot. I think it was really fun. Yeah, Natlan was nice. I liked it. And Not Cry is currently also done 100%. Even the latest map of it. I love the latest map. I think this was really pretty. I love Hazy Island as well because of the visuals again. Yeah, Not Cry was really fun. Now, Economia is also done. I really liked the vibe of Economia. It was like a very cozy vibe. Like it was very silent with the grass and the colors and the darkness. I liked it a lot. I sometimes come back here just to explore, like run around. The chasm is also done. The chasm I wasn't really the biggest fan of, honestly, because it was a bit like with like a lot of layers. Like if you looked at the map, you would think everything would be on the same level, but it wasn't. For example, this area I remember was like annoying because it was like layered down. Other than that, it was not too bad, of course. Sea of Bygone Eras, I like this map, like this area, because it was visually really pleasing for me. Yeah, it was nice. I like this one as well. It's also done. I don't know if I showed you guys. Oh, sorry. Yeah, 100%. And then last but not least, Ancient Secret Mountain is 100%. This area I just got Verasa, if I remember correctly, and it was really fun to traverse with Verasa. It was nice. I think this one is definitely maybe the last one that I like out of the four, together with the chasm, but it wasn't too bad. Like it was still like this area was really pretty if I remember correctly. And then my Serenity Pod, I don't really think I gotta show that one because it's not that pretty. I didn't really do much in it. I can show you my endgame results. I have 36 star to Abyss, and then I've also done all the theater like difficulty, like the maximum one with all the arcanums as well. I like collecting all the stars as well, so I've gotten all the flowers as well. In the Stygian Onslaught, I tried to clear every time the fearless mode. Dire mode is too hard. I think for dire mode, you kind of want to have constellations on your characters because, yeah, best ones because they cost like 20 euros, which is a bit too much for me for like a battle pass and a card. But yeah, I do have all the name cards, which is nice. I still have to farm like my other characters, for example, Columbina. I have to work on. I really want this one. It's really pretty. Anything else? Oh, I'll show you guys my wishes. Currently, I'm broke because I've been wishing for Columbina. Like every bowl that I get, I put in the banner. I'm currently like 5, 10, 15, almost 20 PD. Yeah, I'm just spending all my wishes on her. I hope I can get C2 before the banner goes away. We'll see. But yeah, that was the